Top of the morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the coaches out there. A hearty and healthy Irish hello. Dermot here, along with Rodney Raccoon, saying hello. It's a Sunday. Now, I never do this on Sundays. I'm doing a few things that I've never done on Sundays. I don't work on Sundays. But I was, oh, wait a minute. Is today Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. So something I never do on Saturday is work. But now you may be thinking, has Dermot lost it here? He's wearing a hat and some kind of a poncho. Well, pretty much 7 days a week, I put a time aside after meditation to write for an hour. And this is my writing outfit. I always put on my hat and I have my little poncho to keep myself warm in my office. And I write. And today I was writing about the distinction between trying stuff and doing it right. And I thought I'd share these distinctions with you because I think they're so valid for coaches, especially because coaches are always trying to get it right. You know, for years, I tried to do the business building right, say the right things, market the right things, have the perfect enrollment conversations, have the perfect questions for the client. And it created a lot of stress in my life. And when we're under stress, when we've got a lot of stressful thinking, our wisdom, our insight, clarity, resources slow down or vanish. So I thought I'd share these, just take a few minutes and share these distinctions with you because I think they're really, really important if you're a coach and you're wanting to create more paid coaching clients. This is one way to do it. All right, so I put the hearts on there for all the people who love hearts, for all the in-timers, and of course for the true timers, let's put an arrow. That's for all the people who are constantly thinking about the future and moving forward. And then the hearts are for the in-timers, for people who just want to be in the moment. Both are necessary, by the way. All right, so let's jump in. Now, trying stuff, there's a big distinction between trying stuff and doing it right. Now, trying stuff, you will typically do that in an open and relaxed fashion. But when you're trying to do it right, you're usually closed and tight, right? You're tight, this, oh, I gotta do it right. Oh, there's so much pressure on me. Now, let me ask you, which way would you like to build your business? As you go through this, ask yourself, which way would I like to create paid coaching clients? I say creating a business, but it could be just as simple as creating paid clients. Okay. Trying stuff, there's a willingness to show up and just try stuff. But when you come from a place of trying to do it right, you're trying to get it perfect. And that causes a lot of stress in the body. Most coaches try to have, right out of school, they try to have the perfect conversation, the perfect enrollment lines, the perfect questions, right? The perfect coaching package. No such thing. All those things are important, but not in terms of trying to be perfect, trying to do it right. Okay. When you try stuff, when you show up in your business, and instead of trying to do it right, you show up and you try stuff. The focus is on possibility. In other words, you're playing with the idea of what's possible here. What might I be able to create for myself? What possibilities might I be able to try out? If you look at any of the entrepreneurs in the world, the Elon Musks of this world, they have tried stuff, failed, tried again, failed, tried again, failed. I often laugh. It's one of the reasons that I can actually teach business building at a pretty professional level, because I spend a lot of time on the social level trying to do it right and get it perfect, instead of just showing up and trying stuff and making it better. Big difference between trying stuff, making it better, or doing it right and trying to get it perfect. Okay. When you're trying stuff, curiosity opens the door and keeps it open. But when you're in a state of trying to do it right, you're not focused on the possibility. You're not trying to open the door. You're focused on the result. And again, when we focus on just, I have to get this result, this has to be perfect, this has to be right, I have to say this perfectly so that the client will say yes to a contract or whatever it might be. When you're focused on the result, instead of keeping that door open, curiosity, how might this sound if I try this? How would it look if I talk to the client like this? What would it be like if I played with some questions in the session like this? What would it be like if I tried a few ideas, posting stuff, building stuff, creating stuff on LinkedIn or wherever, to try and create clients, build my business? Big difference. Okay. In trying stuff, you allow the flow to happen. I've seen this in my life so many times. When I just show up and try stuff, I get great ideas. Some of them are silly. You might be thinking, okay, Dave, today's one of those times, Dermot. But I always allow the flow to happen. When I'm writing, I'm not focused on a result. I'm relaxed, my body's relaxed, I've got my tea, and I'm allowing the flow to happen. But most coaches, when they're trying to build their business, let me just stay in line here a little bit. When they're trying to build their business, they're trying to force the flow of inspiration, ideas. They're trying to force the flow in a specific direction. Now, you could stand in the middle of a river and try to force the flow of the river in a specific direction, and it would be really, you wouldn't do it. And our thoughts work that way. Thoughts come in, we start thinking about them, we start feeling our thinking, and so the flow happens. But when we're tight, when we're caught up in a specific result, then that inner resources, that inner insight, clarity, wisdom, the God spark, whatever you want to call it, spirit, can't flow through us. Ideas, clarity can't flow through us because we're so caught up on having a specific result or trying to take the flow in a specific direction, trying to take our action, our results in a specific direction. Okay. When you show up and you try stuff, you've got nothing on it. When I make videos or when I make audios, as part of marketing, as part of sharing my experience with people, sharing what I do with coaches. This is how I give people an experience of what's on the table, what's on offer, is I give people an experience of me. Don't take today as professional, but I give them an experience of what's on offer. And that experience allows them to make the decision. So I have nothing on trying stuff. But a lot of coaches, when they show up and they try to do it right, they try to get it right when they're building their business, they have a lot on it. It's kind of like, I'll die if this doesn't work out. And that's so much pressure to put on yourself that you close the flow. It's like having a garden hose and you turn the garden hose up because you want more ideas, you want more flow, but then you take the garden hose and you put your foot on it and you wonder why no water's coming out, why no ideas are flowing. We do that every time we try to get it right. Try to get it perfect, right? Trying stuff trumps perfection every time. every time. Trying stuff trumps perfection every time. All right, here's the last one. Think about it in terms of when I was in LA studying acting, studying theater. One of the things that we were taught was improvisation or improv. And that's where somebody would say, okay, you've got 5 minutes to be like Superman. And so you would jump up on stage and you would create something in the moment. Hey, yes, I'm Superman. How is everybody doing today? I may not look like Superman, but trust me, with inside here is super duper hero powers. And so you'd make, you'd come up with some silly thing. And trying stuff is like improv, where you come up with stuff to try. You come up with stuff to try is the best word. Okay, now that's improv, but in acting, so when you go on stage, you have to. I'll just put acting in here. You have to know your lines, specifically know exactly what lines you're saying. And you also have to know exactly where, when you say this word, you have to be standing right here. When you're delivering this line, you have to be standing right there. It's very, very specific. And it's a lot harder to do because you have to learn the lines and you've got to know where to stand, know where to sit, know where to, deliver the line at a certain time, a certain action. It's a lot more stressful. Now think about it this way. Here's the last one that I'm going to share with you. In trying stuff, when you look at kids, when you look at babies, they're constantly trying stuff, right? You wouldn't give up on a child after the child crawls a few times and you think, that child's never going to make the Olympics. There's no way he's going to do any pole vaulting or jogging or running or trying to get, a mile a minute. He ain't going to do anything in this life when you give up on the child. You wouldn't do that, would you? Because there's a process for learning. There's a process for the baby to try stuff, fall down, get back up, try stuff, change the nappy and then try stuff again. There's a process. And in trying stuff, babies and children are great examples of just trying stuff. They learn quicker, they enjoy it more. But as adults, we typically forget about being a baby and we're an adult. Well, I've got to get this right, and I've got to get it right the first time, and it's got to be perfect. And we put so much pressure on ourselves to get it right the first time that we end up quitting, we end up stopping ourselves. So here's your question. How do you want to build your business? If trying trumps perfection, how do you want to build your business? Do you want to show up and try stuff? Or do you want to be constantly trying to do it right? Think big, have fun, stay curious. Cheers, everyone.